Today, among many things we did was the launch of the Association of Islamic Finance Practitioners, and the launch is a big milestone for banking fraternity in Kenya. Over the last 20 years, we've had Islamic banking, which was pioneered by Absa. However, despite making a lot of strides forward, we've had huge gaps, and those gaps cannot be handled by one institution. It can best be handled through collaboration, through partnership, and working together as industry players. The association will start by lobbying for the right regulatory framework. As you may be aware, in Kenya we don't have Islamic Banking Act or any law governing Islamic finance in general, from banking to circles to insurance to Islamic pensions to Islamic capital market. So the first and the primary responsibility of the association, which was unveiled today, is to spearhead the creation of the right regulatory framework so that the industry can play on a fair level ground with the other form of banking that we have in the country. In addition, we have two major gaps in Islamic banking in Kenya. The first one is awareness, and awareness can best be created again as a team. The Muslim population in the country, despite having different statistics, even if you go at the lowest estimate, which is 6 million, we have less than 10% accessing Islamic banking product in the country. And if you come together as a team, create the awareness, then we'll be increasing the uptake. Similarly, we have a knowledge gap in the country. The knowledge gap issue can also best be addressed through an umbrella body. So the umbrella body, being the pioneer bank, we saw it fit to create an umbrella body so that we bring everyone that is in the industry together and move forward as one family. Islamic banking is for everyone. Banking, as we know in Kenya, the conventional part of banking is regulated by some laws. For instance, we have the Banking Act. But Islamic banking, in addition to that law, has another set of law governing it, which is the Islamic law of contract. So the banking is a product, not a religion, just governed by two sets of law. So you can say it's a more regulated version. Secondly, Islamic banking in its purest form is not banking. Islamic banking is just normal trade. For example, if you go to an Islamic bank today, or any Absa branch and ask for Riba products, you say, I want a facility of 100,000. The first question the Riba person in Absa will ask you is, why do you want the 100,000? You say, I want to buy a refrigerator. It's very simple. You bring in Muraba contract, or whichever contract, there are so many contracts, they're in hundreds. Buy the refrigerator, add a small profit, and sell it to you. That's why today, any bank wants to start Islamic banking in Kenya, they have to go to National Treasury. Why? There are two sections in Banking Act, Section 12A and 12C, that prohibit banks from doing normal business of buying and selling. Banks are only allowed to do the business of selling and buying money on interest. So by going to the regulator and giving waiver from the two sections, in essence, the banks have been converted into normal business. That's why today, you don't need to be a Muslim or Islamic expert to understand Islamic banking. If you've ever bought and sold, you've learned Islamic banking. If you work somewhere, you are waiting for salary at the end of the month. That is ijara contract, umeajiriwa. That's why in Arabic word, the word month is shahar, and unapata mshahara at the end of the month. If you've boarded an Uber, that's ijara contract you've done. If you've partnered with someone to do business to share profit or loss, that is musharaka contract. Central bank today, as we know, they regulate the selling. They say, don't overcharge customers. So banks today, because we lack regulation, we lack liquidity management at a regulatory level, we are using the rates that other banks use to benchmark our profit rates. However, there's no restriction. If today banks say we are charging zero rate, the regulator doesn't have a problem, so long as we've not gone beyond the level that the ceiling that they have put. So for any non-Muslim wants to come to Islamic banking, it's open to them. And as a matter of fact, you have so many customers that are accessing Islamic banking services today. And one fundamental difference is in Islamic banking, money is not a commodity. Pesa sio bidhaa. You cannot buy and sell money at a profit called interest. You can buy and sell goods or services, and that's what Islamic banking talks about. In Quran chapter 2, verse 275, we are told God has permitted business and has prohibited interest. So you can do business, you can buy and sell. In Islamic banking today, if by some bad luck you default, for instance, you are not able to pay the facility, if the reason for which you are not able to pay is something verifiable and genuine, not beyond your power, then Islamic banks don't have penalty. It'll give you time to pay. So it makes sense, a lot of sense to even a non-Muslim. And even for those who are deliberately refusing to pay because of financial indiscipline or whatever reason, even if they are penalized, again, in Islamic banking, the penalty is not added to the principal and capitalized. If you balance, the facility balance was $1 million, it remains that million, the penalty will not be added so that you capitalize. In one of the chapters and verses in the Quran, it's been prohibited strictly. So Islamic banking actually has a benefit, morally, ethically, financially, for everyone, whether you are a Muslim or a non-Muslim. We don't have loans in Islamic banking. We finance or we facilitate. When you talk of loan in Islamic banking, a loan, or the word qard in Arabic, means interest-free loan. If I give you a loan of 100, I get back the 100. But we don't give loans, we finance or we facilitate. You want to buy a microphone, the microphone is 1,000 shillings, we buy it, add a profit of 100 shillings and sell the microphone to you at 1,100 shillings. So we trade. In the next 2 years, Islamic banking will surpass the 1 million customer mark, probably. It will occupy a bigger space, especially with the creation of the association. We are very confident that the regulatory framework will be there in place. There will be a lot in terms of knowledge gap, and then there will be a lot in terms of awareness. And you also see other players coming into Islamic finance space. The investment banks are coming up strongly, the circles are coming up, the pension sector is coming up, the insurance. For instance, we are launching a Riba Takaful, our own insurance, Islamic insurance, before the end of this year. So there will be 2 players in the industry. So there's a lot coming out and forcefully. And the fintech space is also playing very strongly with the launch of Riba Timeda the other day. Other banks are also moving very fast to bring in the mobile digital solution. We're coming with the Shariah compliant credit cards. We are seeing a lot of discussion within the scholars circle around cryptocurrency, around artificial intelligence. There's a lot coming. So 1 year, I can say, it's a very long period of time in the next for Islamic banking.